What's up, everybody? It's your boy Tino here, guys, and we are here today to preview the next WWE and NXT PLE, which, as you can see behind me, it's not Valentine's Day, it's Vengeance Day, everybody. A couple weeks, or a week, I guess, before Valentine's Day, to a week and a half, we're going to have ourselves a little Vengeance Day, and we are going to be here previewing all 6 matches that will be going down this Sunday live on Peacock, on the WWE Network, and Peacock in the US of A's. And you guys voted. I gave you the choice last night, and you guys decided. I said, do you want to do these matches 2K style, like we have been doing, or do you want to just do a regular preview show? And you guys voted, and you guys want to see just a regular old preview show. So we're going to leave 2K23 in the back. We're going to leave it. We'll wait till we finish the My GM series in the next 2 weeks. Remember, if you weren't here yesterday, guys, the next 2 weeks, the final 2 episodes of this year's WWE 2K23 My GM series, before we go and head over to the new one in WWE 2K24, the next 2 weeks, we'll be playing 10 full weeks of the My GM next Wednesday and the following Wednesday, which is Valentine's Day, actually, is in 2 weeks. So, we're here today to preview all these matches, have ourselves a good time, talk, chat, all that good stuff, and everything else. So if you got any questions, you got any concerns, if anybody has seen any of the 2K footage when we got guys like Macho T, we got Simply Better the King, we got Brandon BDE, he's playing with Cody Rhodes. We got all the great content creators putting all WWE 2K24 stuff out. So definitely go and check that out at some point today. But these are the matches that we will be previewing here today. So let's take a look at all of them real quick. We have a 6-man tag team match with the Family and OTM. We got Lyra Valkyra taking on Roxanne Perez. We got Braun Breaker and Baron Corbin taking on Mellow Gang, Trick Williams, and Carmelo Hayes. I don't know why that picture is so bad. We got Dijak and Joe Gacy in a no disqualification match. We got the NXT Championship match. It's Trick Williams. Trick Williams will be pulling double duty. So it looks like the most likely match to start off the show will be the Dusty Cup match. And then we have the North American Championship match, everybody. It's Oma Femi taking on Dragon Lee. So those are all 6 matches that will be going down this Sunday live on Peacock and the WWE Network. We will be here live, and then possibly the following Tuesday, we could be having an NXT live stream. I don't know for sure yet, but keep an eye out because we may be live next Tuesday night for the fallout of Vengeance Day, and not bringing back NXT's weekly, but we'll be having a lot more NXT live streams. So keep an eye out for that. But before we get to the matches and all that stuff, let's get to the chat. Let's see who's here. How's everybody doing on this Thursday? Remember, we'll be live here at 6 for another WrestleMania throwback, as it's WrestleMania 2. We're going back in the time machine, and we head into 1986, everybody. But Jadis has a question. Appreciate Jadis's questions. He says, I have a question. When you think NXT superstars will get called up? Like after Mania or like after the Rumble passes by? Because there's been some names that can be called up. So we've already seen a few people that have kind of like, we saw Tyler Bate a little bit. We saw Pete Dunne go back to Pete Dunne, and now he's not named Butch anymore. We've seen a few people here and there. We saw Andrade sign a Raw contract this past Monday, and there are rumors that Nick Atlas is trying to bring Braun Breaker to the SmackDown roster. And with the Royal Rumble match, people were very, very impressed with Tiffany Stratton, Roxanne Perez, Jordan Grace, a lot of the NXT TNA superstars that were involved in the Royal Rumble match. So there are rumors right now that we could be seeing Tiffany Stratton go to the Raw roster. Carmelo, Trick, and Braun are promoted for tomorrow's Friday Night SmackDown. So NXT's taking over, guys. It's not just a pay-per-view anymore. It's literally the NXT, boys and girls, is taking over. So I think, Braun, Melo, Trick, Roxanne, Tiffany. Yeah, I think, I don't know who else Tiffany would really face. I would love to see Tiffany on the main roster. And I think, I've been saying this since last year, I think it's way overdue for Roxanne Perez to be on the main roster. I don't believe she'll be winning the title this Saturday. And if she does, I'd put her right on the main roster, honestly. It's Sunday, Jadis. Sunday, There is no football on this week, guys. Remember. And remember, Saturday, we'll be having an episode that I still have not announced yet. I'm going to announce tomorrow. So we'll be doing all that. But, yeah. I didn't see the poll. What poll? We got a poll up? I don't got a poll up. Oh, for the 2K. That's okay. Leo ended. What? Alrighty then. Hey, what's up? I have Bron. Hey, what's up? Leo, what are we doing, bro? You were just live. Why'd we stop the stream, bro? You didn't have to stop the stream. Well, what happened? Who's the special guest for tonight? It is Wrestling with the Truth, everybody. WWTT pod is coming back on the channel. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was WrestleMania 17, 18 they were on last year. I forgot. You finally came. Hey, Tiffany and Becky. I'm all for it. I'm all for that. But Leo, what happened to the MyGM stream, bro? You were just doing it. It looked fine. What's up, Temple? He says, Hayes and Trick lose the Dusty Classic. Trick loses the Dragunov. NXT, then we get Trick versus Hayes in a street fight. Show ends with footage of Hayes was the one who tracked Williams. Look at Temple booking Vengeance Day. Temple, I like it. So those are all the chats that we got for now. Everybody continue to leave your comments, your concerns, how you guys are feeling about the show. But let's not waste any more time. We're going to go through 3 matches, and then I'll get to the chat. We'll go through 3 more matches, and then I'll go through the chat. So let's start with the first 3 matches. And because this picture is really bad, let's go with this match first. And it is the Dusty Cup Finals. It's Carmelo Hayes and Trick Williams taking on Bron Breakker and Baron Corbin. I was going to leave that picture up there, but that picture is just way too blurry. I can't deal with that. So, the finals of the Dusty Cup, we've seen 8 tag teams compete. And these are the 2 teams that have made it to the finals. We got Mellow Gang and we got the Wolf Dogs, or I think that's what they're calling themselves. So, we got the Wolf Dogs and we got Mellow Gang. Now, how will this match go down? I think exactly what Temple just said is exactly what's going to happen. I think Mello and Trick are not going to be able to get along. They're probably going to lose by like Baron Corbin and Bron Breakker taking advantage of something, and then we will see them kind of have a little frustration with each other, and then we'll see them this and that and just not having a good time. And Trick and Mello Gang, I think, as Temple said, I do think by the end of Vengeance Day, we very well could be, and it could be revealed that Mello was the one that attacked Williams. So, in this match, in this finals, I love tournament matches, tournament-style matches where the finals lead up to a pay-per-view. I don't know. I've just always loved tournaments myself. So, in this finals of the Dusty Cup, I'm going to take Bron Breakker and Baron Corbin to win. I'm going to take the War Dogs to walk out as your new Dusty Cup winners. And shout out to my man Kyle on the SCW shows yesterday, OTM, Off the Mark, Pod Wrestling, all the great people over there. He made a good point where he said there's been a lot of tag teams that have been put together that have won this tournament, like Finn Balor and Samoa Joe. We had Aleister Black and Ricochet, and so on and so forth. So there's been a lot of just people put together, but as he also said on the channel, on the episode yesterday with Steve, it does seem like that they do work very well in the Dusty Cup, and for some reason, these tag teams always do seem to win the Dusty Cup. So that is why I'm going to take Baron Corbin and Bron Breakker to be your winners and to defeat Mello Gang. And we're going to see Trick and Mello throughout Vengeance Day have a little tension, and I think it fully accumulates, and it fully will come to a head at the end of the show. So, Mello Gang ain't winning the Dusty Cup. So now let's talk about our first championship match of the night, and it is for the NXT Championship, North American Championship, that is. And since this picture's a little better, I'll keep it up so you guys can see. So we got Oba, we got Dragon Lee. Oba, he obviously cashed in his contract. He did what he did. He did what he was supposed to do. He cashed in his contract. He won that North American title. And now this guy's not main eventing, but he's on a big stage. That's what the NXT Breakout Tournament is supposed to do for somebody. So we're going to see this big guy go up against Dragon Lee. It's like a Goliath against I got, it's like Dragon Lee's taking on Goliath at this point. So we're gonna see how it goes down and everything. And honestly, to be honest, I've really enjoyed Obafemi. I think Obafemi is a guy that very well could be a big superstar down the road, and I think this is only the beginning for him. And I think it's gonna be really exciting to see how much he grows, how much he gets better. And I do really enjoy that they are using the breakout tournament for a way to actually elevate superstars, where in the past we haven't seen that done before. So this match is going to be very exciting. I think it's going to be very good. It's like David against Goliath, like I said. But in the end, I'm going to take Obafemi to still be your North American champion. I don't think there would be a reason why to take it off of him. I think Dragon Lee's bound for the main roster. And I do believe that after Vengeance Day, I did see and I did hear on a couple other podcasts yesterday, other than Steve's, that they do believe that they wait until after Stand and Deliver. But I believe that we'll see our first round of call-ups after Vengeance Day, like maybe Tiffany, Braun, maybe Mello and Trick. And then I think after Stand and Deliver, we'll see more. So I'm going to say that Obafemi is still your North American champion after Sunday at Vengeance Day. So let's get to the third match. And this one I'm excited for because it's a no disqualification match. And I don't know how you guys feel about the new Joe Gacy. But the new Joe Gacy has been very entertaining, and I am so happy that they finally have broken up Schism and that we don't have to watch them go out there and do whatever the hell that they were doing. So Joe Gacy, Dijak, we saw them fight around the arena all night on Tuesday night. They just completely destroyed each other. And then Dijak asked Ava and was like, listen, Ava, I want Joe Gacy, I want a match, and I want this and that. So we're getting it. We're getting ourselves a good old-fashioned no disqualification match on Sunday, and this one's going to be a banger. I'd love to see him go in the back. I'd love to see him go in the parking lot. I'd love to see him just go all around the arena, wherever, and however many places that they can go. It's going to be great, though. And honestly, I think that this is Dijak's last run. And as we were talking about call-ups, I think Dijak will get called up after NXT, after Stand and Deliver, and I think the Raw after WrestleMania. We say it every year, but this is the first year it's finally being run by Triple H, so I have a little bit more confidence. And I know, and if you remember, Dominic Dijakovic, I've talked about this man a million times on this channel, guys. Dominic Dijakovic was one of the best WWE superstars, NXT superstars, when we had Keith Lee, Adam Cole, Undisputed Era. He was a beast. And I think Dijak has completely turned his career around with Dijak and not T-Bar with the mask and everything else like that. So watch out for Dijak to be a very possible be called up after Stand and Deliver. But in this match, in this no disqualification match, these two guys going to destroy each other, beat the hell out of each other, and it's going to be an all-out war. And I love matches like this, especially no disqualification. So in the end, I'm going to take Dijak to get the dub over Joe Gacy. And let me know how you guys feel about this new Joe Gacy. As I'm looking at him, I feel like I'm looking at a baby that Bray Wyatt, rest in peace Bray Wyatt, and Kevin Owens would have had. It's like the love child of those two. I mean, you cannot tell me that at all, guys. Look at that. You could totally see Kevin Owens. I feel like I'm looking at Kevin Owens. But Dijak, Joe Gacy, going to be one hell of a no disqualification match. So we got some chats There are only 6 matches here today, guys. So, T-Bar, my bad. T-Bar, whatever. So, yeah. So, but we only got 6 matches, so we're already halfway through, guys. So, I appreciate you. It was a test stream. Oh, okay. So, let's get back. Leo says, Tiffany and Becky, yes, they are. Okay, I read that one already. Okay, that's right, I did read that. Oh, it's a test stream. Okay. I feel you. That's good. That's a good idea to do that. Good job, Leo. You're learning, bro. Sometimes you gotta just test it, see what happens. Braun Breaker and Baron winning. I agree, Leo. I was excited to watch it. Hey, well, you're gonna go watch it tomorrow. That's okay. We got Trick and Hayes versus Dragunov and Okada. Bet that'd be lit. That'd be pretty cool. Braun and Baron. I say this main events the show. I think Trick wins the NXT champion earlier in the night, and then Carmelo turns on. That's. Honestly, if they were to flip those 2 matches, that wouldn't be the worst thing. Because you also have to think about it as, that's a very good point, because then they could set up Trick and Mello at Stand and Deliver for the NXT Championship. So that's not a bad way of looking at it. I like it. You think they'll become a tag team, Baron Corbin and Braun? I mean, I don't know because it looks like Braun Breaker very well could be signing with the SmackDown roster on Friday tomorrow. So we're going to have to say. Okada spits a promo saying, you think I'm going to work with these young lions in NXT when I didn't give two shits in New Japan Pro Wrestling after he beats up Dragunov non-title and goes and face AJ Styles or Nakamura at Mania? Bet. Oba Femi retains ABBA is what WWE wanted Omos to be. Yes, that is exactly the big facts. That's, honestly, I can't agree with you more on that, Leo, because that's exactly the biggest... That's the biggest thing. They're trying. It's like they try to recreate guys that they failed making, so they try to like redo it with other superstars. But yeah, Oba Femi, Omos, same people. So Hayes will be facing Trick if Temple's right. I'm gonna say they wait to call up Hayes. I mean, it's gonna be really interesting to see what happens and what goes down. Oba Femi. Honestly, I didn't think I'd like Oba as much as I do, but I really do enjoy Oba. Never thought I would. Remember, Carmelo Hayes was a nothing in the Dusty Cup, and he's the big guy from 205? I don't know. Maybe he gets the same treatment as Hayes. Maybe. We'll have to see. What's up, cool guy? What's up, cool guy? See, Temple knows what's up. Deserves a good title run. Yes, he does. Damn it. Put it out there, everybody. Dominik Dijakovic. Yes, Dominik Dijakovic. Dijak deserves one more and at least one title reign. And give the man a title. He deserves it. Dominik Dijakovic, let's give this man a title run. Come on now. Dijak wins. I wouldn't be surprised if Okada shows up. That would be so badass. That would be something that we would need to have happen just for the simple fact to make it feel like a big event. Because if we were to have Okada show up, that's like the type of adrenaline that could get me through the rest of the show. Because I'll be honest, sometimes these shows kind of drag, and it's not the best. But if we see Okada show up, shit. I mean, we might... Jade hasn't really been on a roster yet, and I don't think Jade would go to NXT, but we could see her just show up again and just see what happens, you know. I don't know. Just don't rule that out. No, it's not that name. It's Dominik Dijakovic Dijak. Now I think Nick Saban will want me to... Wait, Nick? Jadis. Nick Saban is the coach for the oh my God, the Alabama. Are you talking about Nick Altis? Yes, I do believe that Braun is going to get called up on SmackDown. Oba Femi, 2000. Okay, see, I don't want to go there just yet, but who he does and who he reminds me a lot of is like Mark Henry. He reminds me of that guy that can go out there. He can put the Hall of Pain together. He can give all these guys pain. He'll beat the snot out of them. And he just have himself a good time. Who? Lily? Who? I don't know who that is, Jadis. Let me know who that is. Who's Lilia? Who's Lilia? I don't know who that is. Oh, you talking about Dragunov? Who are you talking about, Jadis? Let me know. Before we get to the fourth match, let me know, Jadis. Who you got? So, guys, while we wait for Jadis to let me know who he was talking about. Oh, we got one more comment. Lyra needs more time. Yes, I believe that. I think that's why she's winning the match. I just spoiled that match, but that's okay. I love what she's doing, but yeah, I don't think that well, and that's the thing. Calling up too many would be an issue. So that's why I'm saying those four people that I mentioned. Maybe Trick, Braun, Mello, and Roxanne. And then maybe Tiffany at 5. Maybe. That's it. That's all I would do. I wouldn't be calling up all these superstars because then you're not going to know what to do with them. And we don't want that. Yes. Okay, Dragon. All right, I just want to make sure. So, let's get into and let's talk about that women's match. And it is Lyra Valkyria taking on Roxanne Perez for that NXT Women's Championship, everybody. And as Temple just said, I do believe that Roxanne Perez needs a little bit more time in NXT. I could definitely see Lyra being called up, maybe at Stand and Deliver. But even then, I think that they'll keep her down there. And we've seen people be overdue for call-ups, and they may be taking a little bit longer to be called up. So I do believe that we will see Lyra Valkyria eventually on the main roster, but I don't think it will be until at least maybe next year's Raw after WrestleMania. I don't think we'll see her anytime soon on the main roster. Maybe like a little appearance here and there, but nothing too crazy. As Temple said, I do believe that she still does need time in the NXT Women's Division. Roxanne Perez, you guys know, she's been in the Royal Rumble twice. She's been killing it on NXT. I really feel like she doesn't have really anybody too much to face. And if she does lose on Sunday, I think it's a perfect swan and a perfect way to end her NXT run and a perfect way to have her be called up to either Raw or SmackDown. So in that case, I'm going to take Lyra Valkyria to defeat Roxanne Perez in one hell of a women's match for the NXT Women's Champion. And then we see Roxanne Perez possibly go to Raw or SmackDown. But if she does win, then maybe we don't see Roxanne until after Stand and Deliver. Maybe we see Tiffany go to Raw, and maybe Roxanne holds it down until after Stand and Deliver. But we're going to have to wait and see. But I'm going to stick with what I think is going to happen, and I'm going to take Lyra Valkyria to defeat Roxanne Perez. So, now let's get into the next match, as it's the 5th match on the card. And this match, it's a 6-man intergender match. And it is the family taking on OTM, everybody. We got the family, we got OTM. I'm surprised Reggie isn't in this match. But we have Tony D'Angelo, Channing Stacks, Adriana Rizzo. Is that Anthony Rizzo's daughter or sister or something? We got OTM. We got Price. We got the Damian Priest wannabe. And then we got Miss Jada Parker with Scripps, Reggie. So we got ourselves the family and OTM in an intergender 6-man tag team match. We have never seen Adriana, or we've seen Jada perform a little bit. But it's going to be really interesting. And I'm really excited to see what these two can go out there and do. And this is a match between the tag team champions in the family, and this is an OTM on a team that's on the rise. And when OTM first came up and when they first started coming out and everything, I really didn't know what exactly to expect from them, but I've really grown to enjoy them. And the fact that they, as I was talking about, Too Sweet Kyle over there earlier, Too Sweet Kyle, we appreciate you, Kyle. He is part of OTM, so every time I say OTM, I just think of them. But in the end of this 6-man tag team person match, this intergender match, I do believe that we're going to see the family pick up the dub. I think OTM will put on a good showing, but I do believe that in the end of the day, and at the end of the day, we're going to see the family still be and still reign as your defending undisputed tag team champions. No, this match is not for the tag team titles, but they're still the tag team champions, so we got to give them a little credit, you know. So that's what we got for the 6-man tag team match. There's really not too much to say about it, because I do believe that it will probably be the match before the main event, because you guys know how that always goes, and they want to put the match that people may not be in. It's kind of like a bathroom break, and sadly, I think that match is going to be the match that's the bathroom break. So, after those 5 matches are done, it's going to be time for the main event of the evening, everybody, as it will be for the NXT Championship. It's Eganol Dragunov taking on Whoop That Trick. Whoop That Trick. Whoop That Trick. It's Trick Mellow Gang, everybody. Trick wants to go out there. He wants to show how he can be a main eventer. It's his time to show, and he ain't letting it stop him. I love this man, and the rise of Trick Williams so fast has been such an incredible thing to see, to watch, to be a part of, to everything. And I'm just so excited that we're going to see this match. So this match is probably going to be the main event. And it will be very interesting because, as Temple said earlier, Leo said earlier, I should say, we could very well see this match start off the show. But in my eyes, I think this match will main event the show. And I think it's going to be a good match. But I do agree with what Temple said a little bit earlier. I do believe that we will see some type of interference. We'll see some type of something or another, some shenanigans. Maybe they'll show the footage of backstage, and then maybe that will distract Trick. and then Melo will try to come out and say, I'm sorry, and maybe Melo cost his Trick the championship. So with all of those scenarios in the picture and everything else like that, I'm going to pick Ignal Dragunov to win the championship, but I would not put it past WWE for them to put the title on Trick Williams. And maybe we see Trick and Dragunov go again at Stand and Deliver. Maybe we see a multi-person match. Maybe we see something else. I don't know. But I'm going to say that Ignal Dragunov is still going to be your NXT champion at the end of Vengeance Day. And if the rumors are true that they may be getting called up, Trick Williams and Melo, again, this is all just going to have to see. We'll all have to see what goes down. But I'm going to say Dragunov, as I just said, to win your title and to still be your top champion in NXT after Vengeance Day. So, those are all 6 matches that will be going down there on Sunday night, guys. As I said, remember, we will be here live Sunday night for the Vengeance Day show. We'll be watching it. And then, as I said, we will be live possibly next Tuesday for an NXT live stream. So, now at this time, guys, we are going to get back to the chat. We're going to talk for a little. And then I'm going to say goodbye until as we come back here tonight at 6 o'clock for our second WrestleMania throwback, everybody, as we're going to watch WrestleMania 2, everybody. We got a steel cage match. We got the one and only Bret Hart, and it's going to be a good time. And we're going to be joined again by WWTT Wrestling with the Truth. So I'm excited for that. So that is tonight at 6 o'clock. But let's get to the chat before we go. And let's see what everybody is saying about everything that I just talked about. So let me get back to where I was at. What about Cora Jade? I think Cora Jade will get called up eventually. And I say that depending on how long she's out for, I could definitely see her possibly coming back for a SummerSlam, or not coming back, but like returning from injury and being at a SummerSlam, maybe a Survivor Series, or maybe they just wait until next year at the Royal Rumble and they have her make her triumphant return, number 30. I don't know. We'll have to see. But I do hope Cora Jade, CM Punk, and all of the superstars that have been getting injured as of late, guys, the injury list on the WWE side of things is not very good. We got too many injuries going down in sports. Lyra gets called up for Chamber, because isn't she all C2? I mean, maybe, but I think it's too early for Lyra to be called up. Lyra retains, but I think see, Leo makes a good point, too, about the women's match. We were talking about Oba. I didn't even think about Lola. We could very well see Lola Vice cash in their contract this Sunday. I think it would be an interesting way to have more questions for ourselves going into Tuesday and going in to the following and the road to Stand and Deliver, WrestleMania, and everything else like that. So, Lola cashing in, don't put it out of the question, and don't put it past WWE and Shawn Michaels to pull that off. Possibly, she could cash it in during the match and be like a triple threat. I mean, that could be very interesting. I mean, yeah. Leo, I like that idea. See, Leo, this is why we need you in the chats, bro. You bring some good insight. Appreciate you, Leo. Yes, the Damian Priest wannabe. You already know. Why don't they call up Braun, Hayes, Trick, Tiffany, Roxanne 5 and have Cedric, Apollo, Rich Holland, Dexter go down? Honestly, I completely forget about Cedric all the time. I love Cedric Alexander. Where the hell is Apollo Crews, too? We have not seen Apollo Crews on anything on Raw in forever. I remember him being drafted to Raw, but we haven't seen him do anything. So I think that would be a great idea, especially if you could do something with them. I think that'd be great. Leo says, I think OTM wins to set up another tag team championship match down the line. I mean, I could see that. I would not hate if OTM won the match. I would not at all, because I think it would be really interesting. And it'd be a good way to give newer superstars, as I just said with them, to be able to branch out, build them up a little bit. You know, we saw Chase U come back on Tuesday. Speaking of Tuesday nights, guys, the women, Thea Hale and JC Jane, have saved Chase University with a women's calendar that is now apparently on the WWE shop that you can go and order. And all of the processes, I guess, go to Chase U in Storyline. but obviously it just goes to WWE. But hey, Chase U is alive and well, everybody. You love to see it. 3, they're doing nothing with Cedric, Apollo, Ridge, Loomis. Big facts. I agree with you. Yeah. I don't. No, okay. The worst call-up was Odyssey Jones. We never saw, at least we saw Apollo on like 1 or 2 Raws before and after the draft. We have never seen Odyssey Jones anywhere. I kind of forgot he got drafted, and then they showed the screen, and they showed it. I saw somebody post it somewhere, and it's like, this man was really drafted, and we haven't seen him. Just like, you guys remember Von Wagner? He was put on a free agent, and he just randomly went back to NXT. It was like, okay, so did he just officially sign with NXT? Or what was going down? I have no idea. So, yeah. But I agree with that. I think Odyssey Jones and Apollo may be very well. I think someone underrated like Trick. Yeah, I mean, apparently the WWE executives are very high on Tiffany. They're very high on Trick. They love Roxanne, and they're very high on a lot of these NXT superstars. Loomis versus Joe Gacy, Eddie and Apollo, Temple. You're just booking matches, bro. Temple, you should go work for NXT, bro. Go give Shawn Michaels a call. Trick wins the NXT champion. He's so over right now. You cannot put the title on him. Plus, WWE very high on him and see him as a WrestleMania main eventer. The fact that lost my train of thought right there. I had to take a second. Okay, anyway. No, I agree with that. And the executives that have been with WWE, I do believe that they will, and I believe that it will be a very good thing. And I do believe that in 2 to 3 years, we very well could see we could see Trick Williams and probably Carmelo Hayes being the main eventers of WrestleMania. It's OTM, a podcast. It's not like, they're not calling themselves OTM, it's Off the Mark podcast. So they're not copying OTM. That just, I think this match is main event type. Match 2 men that can get called up from WWE. Yeah. What if they call up Trick and Hayes and have them fight wherever they go? I mean, that would be a very interesting way to do it. But I don't know if they would. And I could definitely see them building it kind of like they did with Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. If you guys remember, they were BFFs. They were best buddies for life, DIY, rolling and slowing and doing their thing. I don't know why I put up the Too Sweet thing. But they were doing their thing and they were killing it. And then Tommaso Ciampa decided to go out there and he decided to just destroy Johnny Gargano. And we saw Tommaso Ciampa turn on Johnny Gargano. And then we saw them have a great rivalry. So I think that's something that they could do. And I would have it accumulate at Stand and Deliver if they can. Yes, WrestleMania 2, everybody. We're back and we're going to the time machine. And we go into 1986. WWE 2K. Can we talk about this for a second? Can we talk about this, guys? Oh my goodness. The 2K24 content that we got Brandon dropping, BDE. We got the Simply Better King dropping. We got our guy Small Afro. We got all of the great WWE 2K24 content creators. We got Up, Down, Down dropping backstage brawls. All of it looks so much fun, and I am so excited to get the game. But as I continue to say, guys, it's not going to come any faster, so we got to still play 2K23. As much as it seems outdated now, we can't just give up on it yet. So we'll be finishing our last GM mode on the 2K23, and then I'll be doing one more live stream for that, and that will be the end of our 2K23 content until 2K24 comes up, and then we will be back at it with my GM. We'll be doing the My Rise. We'll be doing the Women's My Rise. We're going to be doing the Legend, or we're going to be doing, and I'm going to try to do the Road and the 40 years to WrestleMania. We're going to be doing all of that on the channel this year. So it's going to be a fun time. I can't wait. Apollo Crews' last memory. I remember that was, yes, U.S. champion against Big E at WrestleMania. Jadis, who could ever forget about the Veer hype? the Veer hype hit different, right? the Veer, the fucking Veer. I just can't. And then he still has never done anything. It's so funny. It makes me laugh so much. There's a Sasha Banks news from Fightful. I just have to watch the video. Yeah, so apparently, if anybody is wondering about the Sasha Banks news, apparently, Sasha Banks, Mercedes Moné, is supposed to be showing up in All Elite Wrestling AEW in the month of March. So we're going to have to see if the rumors are true. We have to see what happens. But the rumor as of right this second is Mercedes is All Elite. Hey, I'll just be happy to see her back on TV. I mean, you would think that they would not mess up Mercedes Moné, right? Trick and Mello is DIY. Big facts. That's exactly what they are. Trick and Hayes have the possibility to do Kevin Owens. Yeah. Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, DIY 2.0. I mean, we've seen, there's been so many of it. Today is Black History Month. Yes, happy first day of Black History Month, everybody. I'm down for Nathan Frazier, possibly. But as Temple said, let's not be calling up everybody, because then what are you going to do with them? You're just going to have them sit there and then show up every once in a while? I don't know. I think that we just stick to like maybe 4 or 5. I'm going to get the deluxe edition. Hey now, Eric, I would definitely recommend, if you do have the money, I would get the deluxe edition at least. Because at least if you get the deluxe edition, you get all the DLCs, you get all of the other stuff included. The only thing you don't get, which is kind of suckish, but you can also go back and get it if you want it, it's the Legends and it's the WrestleMania pack, where you get WrestleMania 40 Arena, you get Rey Mysterio from 2006, you get, I think, Macho Man, you get Edge, I think you get Kane, or not Edge, I'm sorry, you get Kane, and you get like 5-6 superstars that are in the 40 years of WrestleMania. So if you can't afford it, I would definitely consider getting the deluxe edition. You think Naomi being back in WWE, that would, yeah, you would think so, but take no notice on what Fightful says anymore, because that, oh yeah, I know. That's why I don't believe anything that anybody says, Temple, until I actually see it for myself. Because, yeah, this is fun to talk about. I like what we talked about. Yes, this is fun, isn't it? I like when people are in the chat asking questions. We got stuff to talk about, guys. Instead of me just sitting here like a jamopin twiddling my thumbs, you know? It's always fun. So, what, you're confused. So, okay, so everything, as in the premium live events, Raw, and all of the other content that we watch on Peacock and the WWE Network will be on Netflix. And then just like Peacock and just like Hulu and the WWE Network, I think a couple days after, or maybe like a week after the show airs, I think it will be available on Netflix for you to also watch. The only thing I personally do not know is that what and how much it's going to be. Because I'm going to estimate and I'm going to assume with the prices that it is right now, and I'm going to assume with them adding the WWE Network and then them adding the live component, I'm going to assume it's probably going to be like $25, $26 a month. If it's anywhere $30 to $35 a month, I'm going to be really upset because that's a lot for just one streaming service. I don't know. What do you guys think? My mom, Chris's mom has pre-ordered the WrestleMania 40 next Friday. Let's go, Chris. Let's get that 40 years of WrestleMania. I love that. And we got some NFL news. I wasn't able to make a short about it. Sorry, guys. I missed the short. Don't yell at me. I'm sorry. I try my best. But Dan Quinn has been hired as the Commanders' head coach, everybody. The Washington Commanders have themselves a new head coach, and it is Dan Quinn. I will say this. Dan Quinn is a great defensive coach. He's a great guy. He's a great, this and that. But the biggest thing with the NFL, guys, is you guys all know it's all offense. It's all about the offense. It's all about the running backs, the wide receivers, the tight ends, the quarterbacks. And the problem with all of these defensive coordinators becoming head coaches is the defense is always great, but the head coaching can't figure out what to do with the offense. and the offense really struggles. So that is going to be my biggest concern with the Commanders getting Dan Quinn. But Dan Quinn being hired by the Commanders, I think it's a good hire. Just watch out and be worried about that defense. Staying in the NFC East. Yes, he is. I'm getting 2K24 when it comes out. I am too. I'm getting it. I'll be trying to stay up until midnight to play it, but we'll see how that goes. I need to pick it up the day when it comes out. I got the virtual edition. Io Sky and Dakota Kai models in 2023. Or are you talking about 2K24? Or are you talking about last year's? Because the models for last year, I will tell you this. Some were really good. Like Cody Rhodes was really good. Roman's was pretty good. But Becky Lynch's was bad. There were just a few others that, I don't know, I just didn't like the attire. So I'm happy we're getting long hair Becky Lynch back. I'm happy we're getting LWO version of Zelina. I'm happy we're getting a lot of things like that. It's always bad. He said always bad. You know what, though? I think they'll fix it. And again, the game does not come out. I said 36 days yesterday, and I think that was wrong. So 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 30. So we have 33 days. So I lied. So yesterday I said 36, but it was really 34 days. But that's okay. So we got 34 days until WWE 2K24 comes out. We got Vengeance Day this Sunday live on pay-per-view, everybody. So that's exciting. Will AJ Brown get in trouble? What did AJ Brown do again, Jadis? I forgot. So while Jadis tells me what AJ Brown did, I want to remind you guys what's coming up the rest of the week here on the channel and everything else like that. So tonight, we're not done yet here today, guys, because tonight we'll be back here at 6 o'clock for WrestleMania 2. It's the second WrestleMania throwback episode of the season, and we're going back to 1986. And then tomorrow, it's Friday. You guys know what that means. It's time for some Friday Night SmackDown. Will Jade show up? Naomi a part of the SmackDown brand. Logan Paul still your champion. Will Bayley pick Io Sky? And so much more on Friday. And then Saturday, guys, I'm going to give it to you. We're going to put a vote up in the community page after this episode goes off air. And I want you guys to decide what you want to see on the channel this Saturday. We will have a gaming episode to choose from. We could do a retro episode. We could do a fantasy booking episode. We could do a talk episode. I'm going to give it to you guys. So you guys all go and vote on the community page after this episode airs and after this episode ends to let me know what you want to do and what you want to be seen here on the channel on Saturday. It's Tino's Nation choice, everybody. And then Sunday, it's time to watch this PLE. It's Vengeance Day. It's the live stream. Will Lola cash in? Will Trick Mellow Gang win the titles? Will the Dusty Cup? Will Dragunov lose the title to Trick? Will Dragon Lee win the title? What's going to happen with Lexus King as he wants to try to get with Thea Hale? It's Vengeance Day, everybody. Sunday night, we'll be here live because the following Sunday, it's Super Bowl Sunday, everybody, and we'll be here live for the Kansas City Chiefs as they take on the San Francisco 49ers in Las Vegas at the Super Bowl. So that's what we got going down the rest of the week. But, guys, that's all I got here for you today. So, you said traded. Oh, we'll get traded. I thought you said something else. Will A.J. Brown get... No. The Eagles would be dumb to trade A.J. Brown. I was still not born for WrestleMania. Either was I. I was not born. I think it was WrestleMania 12. No. So, all right. So, I was born in 96. So, so WrestleMania 12 was the year I was born, but the first WrestleMania I was alive for was WrestleMania 13 because WrestleMania 12 took place in March, April of 1996, and I was born in May of 1996. So the first WrestleMania I was alive for was WrestleMania 13. But that's okay, because that's why it's exciting to go back and watch these. I hope we get new peeps in the game like Dragon Lee, etc. I only played the beta. That's okay though. It looked like it was so much fun, Tempo. I mean, you guys all look like you guys were having a blast. I saw Xavier Woods, Austin Creed. We saw Rhea. We saw Shayna. We saw Cody. We saw a lot of people playing, guys. I hope, 2K, if you ever listen to one of my episodes, please invite me to one of those. I would do anything and give anything to go to one of those events. I would probably cry if I ever got an invitation. If you get me, I get you. But I've watched, yeah, I get you. Because honestly, I've went back and watched a lot of the early 2000s, but I really never went into the 1999s, 1998. I don't know. I don't know. So that's okay, though. But, guys, that is all that I got here for you today for this episode, at least, because it was just a preview show, and we only had 6 matches, so not too many to go about. But, guys, I want to say thank you to all of you for coming here and hanging out with me today. Remember, as I always like to tell you guys before we go, to become a member of the channel, leave a super chat or two. Go get yourself some merchandise at bonfire.com/TinosTom. And remember, you become a member, you automatically get 10% off. So if Cool Guy or any of the members in the chat want some t-shirts, let me know, and I can send you a link, and I can send you the code for you to get that 10% off. So, guys, thank you all so much. Remember to hit that like button on all the social medias. Go follow us on the Southside Boys on TikTok, Southside Boys 23 on Twitter and X, all that good stuff. As I said, guys, become a member. Do that so you guys can be a part of all the perks. But if you can't do any of that, make sure you do these 3 things because it's free. It helps the algorithm, and it helps us get out there so we can have more people in here. So hit that like button, guys. Subscribe as we are on the road to 1,700, as we are at 1,650 or 1,615. Everybody, 1,615 subscribers away. So we are now 85 subscribers to 1,700. So continue to hit that subscribe button, and it will be here before you know it. So hit that subscribe button if you have not yet. And remember, the 2K raffle is going to be one you guys are all going to want to be a part of. So hit that subscribe button. And lastly, guys, turn that notification button on so you know when we go live next, which will be at 6 o'clock in about 2.5 hours, 2 hours and 45 minutes for another WrestleMania throwback episode as we're welcomed by another guest. It's Wrestling with the Truth. It's WWTT Pod, everybody. So go enjoy the rest of your afternoon. Go and get some dinner. And come back here at 6 o'clock, guys. So, as I just said, enjoy the rest of your afternoon, guys. And I will see you all back here tonight at 6 o'clock for WrestleMania number 2 as we continue the road to Philadelphia and we continue our throwback season number 2. And also, before I forget to give out the MVP today, he was back in the chat. He asked a lot of great questions, and I always appreciate him. It is our guy, the one and the only. He's the Roman Reigns of Tino's Tom. It's Mr. Jadis Young. Jadis Young, all 47 minutes being here, asking some great questions. We appreciate you here on Tino's Tom. Thank you so much. And as I said, guys, thank you all so much. So as I said, do all that good stuff. Go subscribe, hit that button, hit that notification button, guys. And I'll see you all back here tonight at 6 o'clock for WrestleMania